Welcome back to the Golf Fit System. So in this episode I'd like to talk about strength. Now I know you've got your own opinions about strength, and I know you've had to suffer a lot of other people's opinions about strength. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a couple of facts on the topic so that you can make your own judgments. So fact one, strength is not power, right? Strength is commonly defined as your ability to exert force or resist a force. So at this point, we just want you to be able to move something or resist the movement of something. We don't care how fast you move. Okay, there's a bit of crossover between the two things, between strength and power, but they're not one and the same. Any good program should have both in them, but we'll need to know what we're working on at certain times. So sometimes we want to work on power, sometimes we want to work on strength, but we need to know which one we're working on. Fact two, strength has to come before speed or power. The reason for this is control. If you're going to move something really fast, whether it's a golf club or it's your body part, you're going to need a lot of force to be able to slow that thing down, control it, or eventually stop it. Fact three, can't get stronger without change. So the principles of training say that your body will only adapt if you change the intensity of your exercise, you change the type of exercise, your rest periods, duration, or the load. In this case, if you want to get stronger, you want to load more. So it doesn't matter what you're doing, you have to make it more difficult. Something has to change. You're not going to get any stronger by lifting the same set of dumbbells you've had under your belt for the last 3 years in the same exercise. So if you want to start getting fitter, getting stronger, and stop pretending to get fitter by doing the same exercise you were doing in July 2012 issue of Men's Health, we need you to progress and have a plan for that progress by getting stronger. Now that we've laid some ground rules, let's take a look at how some of our golfers are getting stronger. So first up in the hip extension category, we have Lewis demonstrating a single leg bridge. Take 1 foot off the floor. You can have your arms in different positions. Just trying to extend through your glute here. If you lose any stability in your lower half in the swing, or you lose posture in your swing, this is a great exercise you can do anywhere to give you more stability. Second up, we have a new player in the series, Paddy. Paddy's demonstrating a deadlift for us today. So this is a more advanced exercise than the single leg bridge. Obviously it requires something heavy to lift. Paddy's getting in a pretty good position here, although he's still working on his technique. This is much improved from someone who couldn't touch their toes when they first came in. So you can see how flat he keeps his spine, works his hips back, and then when he's coming up, he'll squeeze his hips forward from his glutes. There you go, squeeze the glutes. Basically a standard version of what Lewis was doing before. He has to work on the way down. The reason he's letting go of the bar every time is so that he can practice his setup on each rep. A lot of people will tell you about time under tension, but it depends what you're working on. Like we said at the start, you've got to decide what you're working on. You can see the slow speed, the control he has over this. What he'll be building towards next is some faster exercises to gain power in this movement. What I also like that you can see in this video is that Paddy's working hard and he's breathing here. Takes a big deep breath in, stabilizes, and at the top, big breath out. Should really take a big deep breath in on the way back down, but we'll work on that in the next session. So for the press, we've got Lewis demonstrating the heavy bar press here. You can see how hard he's working to keep his whole body stable. This is definitely a more advanced exercise. You can see how he moves his head under the bar as the bar gets pushed up above him. Keeps his pelvis very neutral throughout. So while he's making it look easy, we have Paddy to show you how hard this move can be. It looks like a simple move. You're just pressing overhead. But you can see how with Paddy, the weights get slightly in front of his head rather than straight above. His lower back's in a slightly arched position, a bit more wobble with his body. So what we did was give Paddy a constraints-based press. So this bell up position we've got here with the kettlebell makes the weight, the resistance very unstable. So his shoulder blade's got to work a lot harder just to keep that weight stable. His wrist is in a good position there as well. And you can see we've stuck him in a half kneeling position. Now this half kneel position, he has to focus, and that's what he's focusing on right now. He's focusing very hard to try and keep his pelvis neutral, not arch his lower back. I should say Paddy's had some history of shoulder injuries. He's had a shoulder operation on one side. Let you see if you can guess which one that is. And we're currently working on just building up some more strength in that shoulder girdle now. Really important that your shoulder blades are trained into the right positions when you move in the shoulder so they can protect that shoulder joint. So if you've had an injury, don't be afraid of building some strength back up in that area. It's really important to get strong in the area that you injured in the first place. Just bear in mind that if you have had an injury, there must have been some dysfunction there in the first place. So make sure you get yourself into a position where you can move through that pattern efficiently and then get strong in the pattern. Last one, we have Lewis demonstrating some squat patterns that he's working through just now. So we've seen Lewis do squats before. This is him doing a weighted overhead squat. The squat pattern's pretty good. Could definitely do with a little more stability in his lower half and through his shoulder blades. So I've mentioned in previous videos, Lewis is hypermobile. So if his pelvis and shoulder blades can be more stable, that's always a good thing. He doesn't really struggle with mobility much. If he can stabilize, that's better. This single arm overhead squat is great for someone with a lot of mobility, but who needs to work on stability. By going single arm, we're also really challenging his lower body to stay neutral when he squats so that it doesn't rotate or shift during the squat. Alright, so remember, power and strength, two different things. Power requires speed, strength doesn't. Make sure you know which one you're working on. Secondly, all things being equal in your screening process, strength has to be developed before you start moving on to power exercises. And lastly, make sure you're making progress to get stronger. If you're not lifting something heavier or making exercise harder in some way, you're not getting stronger. So make things harder. Okay, hope you enjoyed that. Move better, play better.